Why is Ahsoka Tano still alive? It made sense that she was around during the Clone Wars, and I understand the need to bring her back for Rebels because nostalgia, and we don't have a lot of female characters, and we gotta try whatever we can to get that demographic. But for God's sake, why do we need a show?
Your legacy, like your master's, is one of death and destruction.
Is that where we're at? And why are we tying her to time travel? It doesn't make any sense. It's not a concept that should be in Star Wars. It didn't work in Legends. It doesn't work now. And why Ahsoka is now the time travel character, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't appreciate that she's with Sabine. I don't think she needs an apprentice. I'm sure there's a bunch of fans that will go into the comments right now and say something along the lines of oh, well, don't you want to see the apprentice get an apprentice? Isn't it character progression? That's not what this is. Listen, I watched a really annoying character grow into a less annoying character, grow into a character that's not wearing a really weird revealing tube top, George, that ended up being a really cool character that a lot of us really liked, and then she fought Maul and everyone's like, why she wouldn't beat Maul? It doesn't matter. He disarmed her twice, and Maul was out of his mind. He saw Order 66 and he was all whoop-de-dingle-doo because why is Order 66 happening? So it's fine that she won. Get over it. When she showed up, she was just so fucking awful.
I'm your new Padawan. I was supposed to be with Obi-Wan. I guess they gave me to you, Master Annie.
And he's like, hey, Snips. Your nickname's Snips now. It's none of this is good. All this is forced, and although eventually you will Stockholm Syndrome a lot of the fan base, including myself, into liking that dynamic, it does not begin that way, and she was not fun, and little boy me really didn't like it. Over time, I became invested in her character, in her arc, in where all of that shit was going. I really liked the friendships she was making, and it was devastated when she lost the few people close to her. I really was hurt when she didn't want to stay with other characters I had built a connection with. But if you jump to Rebels, they were introducing this new character. It's called Fulcrum. Oh man, I wonder who this mysterious voice-modulated rebel's gonna be. Whoa, no one's allowed to see their face? Whoa, it doesn't sound like Ahsoka at all. I bet it's not Ahsoka, the character that everyone wants to see in Rebels. The creator of Rebels has such a hard-on for that he goes around conventions wearing shirts that say, I have a hard-on for Ahsoka Tano, pretty much. Yeah, I'm sure he won't be bringing Ahsoka back in Rebels. We all knew she was coming back in Rebels. And then she did, and it's fine. It's fine for the most part. She's in Forces of Destiny. I could do without any of that. None of that matters. Whatever. So Ahsoka comes back in Rebels, and you know what? All we want to see from that is her talking to her old master Anakin, who at this point had been turned to the dark side and become Darth Vader. They had such a good dynamic. Not from the beginning, because at the beginning it was awful, as I mentioned before, but eventually it got really good, and it was like an older brother, younger sister thing, not like a dating thing like other people wrote, which is gross, but like an older brother and a younger sister, not like a stepsister in a fucking washing machine, completely different. Just wholesome and nice, and I really liked it, and it was good, and we watched her grow and learn, and not oh, I learned this thing one week, and then it has to all reset back to basics in the next episode. No, she learned things, she grew from the lessons she learned, and she progressed as a character. That's something cool. And you know what? When she finally ran back into Anakin, who she'd never gotten to say goodbye to, this person that meant so much to her that she had lost, when it turns out that he is a monster, it's heartbreaking. But it's great.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
It's so well done, and I wish Ezra wasn't there because Ezra just ruins everything. Wow, I really gotta train more. Shut up, Space Aladdin. Fucking awful. Get him out of here. But Ahsoka in that, she was great. And Vader killing her, perfect send-off. She left him once, she won't do it again. Star Wars is a big ol' space soap opera. It is so sad all the time, and that was great. But no, then she's gotta come back because time travel, and of course Ezra's there again, because we gotta put Ezra in everything now, and he saves her, and oh, you should come with me, Ahsoka. You could be part of the plot. I can't do that! I can't do that, Ezra! I gotta go over here and do something undescript until later. And then, oh, okay, the epilogue is her wearing a big white hood and carrying a cane. I guess she's like an old Yoda type. Where was she for the 3 movies that made this franchise? Now we're trying to excuse the fact that she's been gone because she was chasing Elon Thrawn and his space Teslas lost in the unknown region? No, that's not a fucking good explanation. No, and I don't want Fat Thrawn either. I don't want him. I don't want him, and I don't want Ahsoka back. I want her dead. I want her dead when she was good. I want her to stay good forever. Why do you have to wait until things go bad? Why do you have to take a fruit, put it on display, and instead of painting a picture and being like, that was a moment, this is a moment, I'm gonna capture this moment and keep it right here. No, you gotta film the fucking fruit rotting! And you have to wait for it to rot, and then you go, ooh, that fruit's rotted. I guess we'll leave it for 5 years and come back to it when people forgot how bad it was rotting. I don't think there's anything positive in the Ahsoka show, except for flashback scenes to the Clone Wars. I finally got to feel what it was like for those people that were kids when the original trilogy came out, because I was a kid when the Clone Wars came out, and in the sequel trilogy and Rogue One and all those other first movies that Disney did about Star Wars, they were like, hey, remember the original trilogy? And I went, oh, look at these idiots. Huh, being bought by nostalgia. Such fools. Such doopies. But then me, they show Anakin, not just Anakin, Hayden Christensen wearing the armor from the Clone Wars series that I liked as a child. You're gonna show me that? You're gonna have Hayden Christensen say snips, and you're gonna make me cry in my own home and make me realize what you did to those poor original trilogy little boys? It's not fair. You can't just do that and then nothing else for, what, 8 episodes? Probably like 10? You did nothing. She just kept falling off cliffs. That's how we're writing her now, is she just falls off cliffs and then the episode ends? Oh, what a riveting tale of Ahsoka. And then Ezra's there again? That's 3 Ezras! Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I think that she should be killed off, and I need Ezra to not be there when it happens. Thank you.
And scene.